Everybody. I'm just looking at how everything looks to get started. Welcome to our Sunday morning tarot party. I'm so glad that you're here to join me. And I'm going to start us off with a little sound uh, because I love sound and it just helps to gather our thoughts and our energy on our guardian angels who have messages for us today. So, everyone who's watching, take a deep breath and relax. And we invite in our angels, our guides, using the the guardian angel deck this morning for the reading. And we'll get started in just a minute, but let's settle our minds and our hearts as we come into tune with these tones. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's set that aside. And just move my chair here so I can see who's here. And as usual, we are going to be asking our guardian angels for assistance today in a yes no question. Okay, so if you have a hard time thinking of what your situation is, like how to put it into a yes or a no, then I will help you. Okay, but the important thing to remember is when you're only getting one or two cards. Hi there, Shahan. So glad to see you today. Big hug. When you're only getting one or two cards, you don't want to ask for too many details. We want to get the most practical advice that we have for you. So, as you're joining me, I'm Catherine, and this is Fish Out of Water Tarot, especially for people who are introverted or shy. Um, Welcome to my world. If you're struggling with a situation where you really want to know a yes or a no, you're in the right place. Hello there, Apple. Welcome. Okay. Apple is a frequent visitor and looks like they're Jahan. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate when y'all come back during, tell me what happened during the week, because last week Shahan had asked the question about an interview. So I'm so glad that you had good news on that. And Apple is a frequent visitor. She's here almost every single week. And so good morning, Apple. And Apple asked a very specific question about someone wondering if that person and she are going to last. And so I have no idea what the context of that story is, but I really like straight up yes, no questions like that because it's so easy for the cards to speak. Okay, so let me get myself situated. Okay, excellent. Um, okay, Shahan is asking about a question about her mentor. So definitely we will get to that for sure. Okay, so my main theme today for this reading is connection. Okay, and so many people that are in my life are wanting connection. Some of them want it with their children. Some of them are wanting a new love in their life. Some of them want a new position where they work. They feel like they really matter, that they're respected. They want to feel connection. And so today I picked two things for my table. One is this pair of angels, and the other is this pair of teddy bears, because the idea of finding people that get you, and Apple, open your ears up, my darling Apple. But when you are really wanting to be with someone who gets you, who's able to communicate to you how important you are, that's the kind of connection that can come in a handful of ways. Friends, family, employers, colleagues, internet friends like me. Okay, so there's so many ways that we can feed our spirits and our souls. And why is that important? It's important because magnetism is a real thing. I bring these magnets. In fact, I'm feeling drawn to show you guys this. So we'll get to the readings, I promise. But when you're looking to attract someone, you want that, right? You want to meet the person. And when you meet instantly, you know for sure this is an attraction. And that's the hunger that we have to be with someone. But if we are in the wrong position, so I'm flipping this magnet upside down. So this is still filled with the desire to be with someone, to be connected, to have someone who gets you, someone to hold you at the evening, someone to snuggle you and be the big spoon to your little spoon. You want that. But if you are out of balance in any way, watch what happens. That person runs away from you as fast as they can. And there's nothing you can do, nothing you can do to attract them. Look at that, no matter what direction. So you come over here and get a card reading. Nope, doesn't work. You go over here and you do a hobby. Doesn't work. Nothing works. Nothing works. Okay. Because you need to change your position, which is in our minds. When you change your position, you become more magnetic. And then when you meet that special person, that's it. Okay, so if you're like Apple and you've been here many, many readings, and you're continually finding that the people that you're attracting are not quite what you're wanting, remember the work is in our own being. Because if you come across as needy or as high maintenance, people will go. Okay, so much for that. Thank you for my little rant. And now, Apple, you put yourself out there. So let's see. We're going to draw one card, and we're going to look for a yes, no. Hopefully, sometimes it's a maybe so, and that always is frustrating for people. I know that. But well, let's draw a card for Apple. Apple, is your current situation sustainable? Is it going to last? Is it going to evolve? Is it going to develop? This is a very clear card, isn't it? What's that word? Endings and release. So, what this is showing to me is that there's no question that this person's in your life for a reason, no question at all, but that it's for a lesson or for just the experience of it. But if you want to depend on a one card reading, this is pretty much of a clear no. Okay. So don't let that discourage you, because the truth is we need to see the truth so that we can find what we really want. Don't forget that if you're trying to manifest love and you're in the situation that's not what you want, Abraham Hicks, you guys know I love Abraham. Abraham calls it contrast, that you have contrast because it's the opposite of what you want. So Abraham says, get out a piece of paper, write down everything that you don't like, and be honest. What is not perfect about this current person you're interested in? Because the opposite of that is your true desire. So contrast is never bad news if you are a manifester. Okay. Use what you're learning right now to create a lasting connection. And again, if you're struggling with feeling charismatic enough, you're struggling because you don't feel attractive, there's people online that teach how to change what you think about when it is that you're manifesting a partner. Shelley Bullard, Bullard, beautiful woman. She teaches self concept and she really helps people to learn how to be so magnetic that you attract that the people come to you. Remember my example here? But anyway, let's go forward. Jahan, you asked about your mentor. Um, and so let me just go back and see. Um, okay, so it's an interesting question that Jahan asks is, I want to know if my mentor will support me in the future. So that one feels a little bit vague. So I'm just going to shift the question just slightly so that the cards can really step in and give the quick answer. So I would say, this is how I would change it. Is there anything that I need to know to create a sustainable connection with my mentor? So Jahan, that's what I would ask. I think that would be, Jahan's been here a lot too. So uh, is there anything that Jahan needs to know to create a lasting bond with her mentor? I love that question for you, Jahan. And so let's draw. I'm feeling like two cards is a good call for this one. So this one right here is absolutely good morning, everybody. I have my split eyeballs looking at who's coming. Laisa, welcome. I don't know that I've seen your name before, so if you're first time here, welcome. And I saw Sandra peeking in, and Purna, I think I saw you. So Jahan, let's see what the universe has for you with this. Oh gosh, love it. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay. You're welcome, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, Jahan, this is wonderful. Who is the wise counselor but your mentor, right? And then the two of earth, that is your energy. This is just beautiful. So it looks like there's, it looks to me when it comes to establishing a connection with your mentor, that's important that you find a happy balance between a playful sense of curiosity and and the being on your own. Okay, because when you're wanting to work with a mentor, they want to see that you're independent and that you're willing to learn, but you're also willing to do things on your own. Be careful, excuse me, don't worry about making mistakes. You may feel like you're walking on an edge because you've got a new mentor and you don't want to make a mistake, but that's not at all what this energy is. This is a lighthearted, wonderful energy. So I would say the only thing to you can do right now to make sure you have a strong bond with the mentor is to keep a playful childlike curiosity about what you're learning. Okay, but this is a wonderful energy, and if you want to take a screenshot, please do, because keeping something like this right on your phone to remind you that I have a wonderful mentor, and also use that as an affirmation. I have a wonderful mentor. My mentor and I get along great. We have wonderful communication, and I'm connecting deeply with what it is I need here. Okay. Excellent. Love that reading for you, Jahan. Jahan's another person who's been watching our Sunday morning readings for a long time. And I love the fact that when you guys try out these things, if the advice is write a list or do whatever, and then you come back the next week and you have progress, that's just fantastic. Okay, so let's go back here. And Laisa, welcome. Yes. So what we're doing is we're answering yes, no questions. So if you have a situation going on in your life, I thank you, Sandra. Thank you for coming up and congratulating Shahan on her interview, because I really love when you guys are lifting up each other. As I get busy and busier, I just have a lot of irons in the fire, as they say. Good morning. And Purna, will I achieve what I am manifesting? Okay, hold on. See if any other questions. We need our specific questions, guys. I'm happy to pull a card for you. Welcome to those of you who are visiting for the first time. I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot. I love to do tarot parties every Sunday. I have a manifesting game on Facebook. It's called the Manifesting Game. You feel free to join me over there. I have a new menu of, I think I have 15 different readings right now available. Many, and there's something for everyone. Break, if you've had a breakup, if you need to find a new job. I even have one for pets. If your pet is having some stress, I can do a card reading for that. So you're going to be able to find that information over at Facebook at my game, the Manifesting Game. But today we are doing our one question, our question draws. So thank you for all y'all that are putting your questions in there. Love it. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up. That really helps for more and more people to come here and be able to get these readings. Thank you, whoever just put it in there. I just feel it like a hug, and I love that. So hang on a second here. I'm going to stop babbling on here and go down. And I think we have Pretty. Welcome. Awesome. Okay. Pretty, will I get postgraduate teacher in repute? Whoopsie. come back. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I lost it. I mean, I didn't lose it. Don't worry. Okay, going back. Where? Oh, okay. We have Purna. Okay, Purna, you're next up. And Priti, I see you're coming up next. Okay, Purna, will I achieve what I am manifesting? Okay, so that's a general question, which is awesome because I really always read the cards. It's better that I don't know many details. So as you guys are putting your questions in, don't put too many details so that I can really feel into the story of the card and let that speak to you. So, Purna, what I would ask, I would just switch that a little bit. And I would say something like, are there any steps that Purna needs to take to improve her her desire to manifest that thing? Okay, so is there anything she needs to know, any steps, any action steps that are needed to be taken, or should you just let it go, right? Because sometimes, like when you're like if you plant something in the garden and you dig up the dirt, you plant the seed, you cover it up, and you water it, there really are no more action steps that you need to let it go. On the other hand, if there's weeds or if there's like it hasn't rained in a while, you might have to do something. So Purna, how does that feel? Let's draw Purna one card here and see, is there anything, any action steps that are necessary right now? Or is it necessary to let it go and let the universe unfold it in its own timing? And we are looking at this Three of Earth. So let me take a look at it. So this is a working card. See how she's got that lab coat on, and she's a gifted technician. She's doing the stained glass on that window, and look at how she's concentrating. Look at the look on her face. Look at how the guardian angel stands behind. So, yes, this is showing me that there are some action steps that you can do around your around what you're wanting to manifest. Okay. And the fact that you are wanting in your career, well, that is just the perfect card because it's a career card. And you may find yourself in the medical field or as a medical technician. This might have a deeper meaning for you with the outfit that the lady is wearing. Also, those of you who are watching in on this reading, don't be surprised if you resonate with this for your own self, because what happens on these calls is that we all kind of have the same needs and the same desires. That just is what happens with the law of attraction and tarot readings. But so let's just take a look at this. Purna, I'm having a feeling that you're holding on to something that you are uh, there's something that is happening with you where there's hurt feelings. Okay, so there's something going on around your manifestation that you're wanting that is not settled. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to recommend that you get out a piece of paper and a pencil or pen and just write down a list of what makes you nervous or anxious or fearful about what you're manifesting. Okay, and just writing it down is such a good practice because when we're hoping or praying for something to happen that will change our lives, we do the seed planting and we create our list and what it is we're wanting to manifest. But then we have to let it go and oh, did I lose my sound here? Hang on. Can you hear me now? Let's see, where am I? Oh, when you are wanting to manifest some sort of change and there's neediness behind it, it can hold you back. So that neediness can be seen with hurt feelings. Okay, so that's what I would do is just write down your fears and your doubts. I have, oh gosh, this is kind of complicated, but listen in, Purna. You want to go to my website, which is manifestfaster.com. Okay, manifestfaster.com, and then look for the tab that says free manifesting tools. And in their free manifesting tools, there is a website called Our Money Machine. And the money machine is excellent for getting rid of hurt feelings around money. Okay, so go to manifestfaster.com, go to manifesting tools, and try some of those tools because they really work. So, interesting for you because, yes, there are concrete steps that you can take to improve your chances of manifesting what you're wanting. All right. So, and thank you for letting me know I had a sound problem there because every now and then I do, and I'm not sure why. So I appreciate your help, you guys. Okay. So let me go back here and see who is here. I think Preeti, I think it is your, um, I think it's you next. Okay, good. Sandra, I see your question. Love your question. Um, because it when you guys learn um, what it is that we are doing here on Sundays, and you take the actions that suggest that come out, and then come back and tell us about it, it really does help us all of our belief goes up when we know that prayers are being answered and the cards are really helping. So Preeti, you were asking a question about your teaching, or excuse me, about your instruction. Um, okay, hang on a second. I'm just looking. Thank you all for being so patient with me because I don't want to miss anybody. Take a breath. There we go. Okay, Pretty. There it is. In near future. Okay. Okay. So, Preeti, what I'm sensing for you is I feel like this is what's coming up in my spirit. And again, Preeti has been following for a long time. And so, some of y'all, I just get to know you week to week. But I'm getting a strong feeling about the letting go message, the same one we just had. I just feel is so true for you. Sensing that even though you're sure about what instructor you want, the fact is there may be things going on that you can't see. So I'm feeling like I want to ask, is there something that that you need to do, same as the last, is there something that you need to do or think to change this situation, or is it best to just let it go, right? So I'm going to put it in this frame. Is it best for Preeti to let go of this instructor situation and trust natural unfolding? Okay, so is it in her highest good to let go at this point and let the natural unfolding do its work? And look at that. I just love this. I love this. And I feel like this is so true for you, Preeti. Look at the look on this face. Look at her look. She's very sure of herself, and she really feels that she knows the best. Look at her. She's like crossed her arms in front of her, and she's sitting there waiting to play the next play. She doesn't want to make a mistake, right? So I feel like that's what's going on for you too. Just the fear of making a mistake or having an error going forward. But notice the glow that's coming out from around her head. See that yellow glow? And see how she's looking up? I think that your answer comes from inner conversations, from affirmations, to trust the game to unfold perfectly. If it's not your turn to move, you have to be patient. So I think the universe is calling you to trust the process. I would go to the same, just like Purna, go to manifestfaster.com, take a look at the manifesting tools and use them, because if you can release some of your fears and doubts about making a mistake, you're going to really see the universe work for you. All right? So there is your answer.
I would say that the letting go part is where you're going to notice the biggest shift, and having affirmations like, I am so relieved that I have the exact right instructors at this point in my career. I am so relieved that it's natural to find my way to the right instruction. I love how easy it is for me to trust the divine to put me in the right place at the right time. Okay? You are so welcome, and keep us posted, okay? That the thing about manifesting that's tricky is that all the books and the websites tell you, the YouTubes, they tell you to be specific and sure about what you're wanting to manifest. And that's true to a point, but you can't force, there's not a forced energy in manifesting. It really is closer to planting a plant, where you plant your intention and then you go about creating the comfort zone in your own self to attract what it is you're wanting, to find yourself at the right place, in the right place at the right time. Okay, Hot Sun, I see you. Laisa, I see you. Leslie, I see you with the breakup. I'm absolutely working my way down the list. Hot Sun. Okay. And Sandra. Okay, good. Okay, I'm caught up. All right, so now we go to Hot Sun. Hot Sun, will Matt and I be able to get married by the end of the year? That's really a direct yes no question. So, will Matt and I have a chance to get married by the end of the year? All right, let's just draw a card here for Hot Sun. Is that wedding going to be happening by the end of the year? Yes, no, maybe so. And your card is the Page of Fire. So I'm in love with this card. Look at the radiance coming out of that core being. So if you look at the feather, it's right at the solar plexus. It's not at the heart chakra, and it's not at the sacral chakra. All of that power is right in the middle. And so when I look at that Hot Sun, what I see is there is that what's most important for you right now is to maintain your sense of personal identity and personal power. That when you're looking forward to getting married, that the path may be unsure. When I look at the shadows here, it's like, is this a path? Look, it kind of curves, and there's not really clarity on the road. But this idea of keeping your center and holding on to what's most important for you, I believe you'll be guided to the exact right time to create the marriage with this person. Sometimes when we pin our desires on a particular date on the calendar, it can restrict our dreams. So what I prefer is to just create. The work of Shelley Bullard is wonderful. She teaches about having imaginal conversations. That comes from Neville, where you imagine in your mind conversations that you have with significant person, where they're saying to you, I love being married to you. I love everything that happened leading up to our wedding. I love how comfortable we were. And then you imagine the person saying back to you, oh, me too. Can you believe how easy it was? That's called imaginal conversations. And you can Google that or YouTube search that. But there are ways to arrange your mind to think about this wedding that you want to manifest that will take the pressure off of him, or take the pressure off the partner, because if it's meant to be, by you planting seeds within your own heart, within your own soul, to manifest this, and that is the key that we're looking for here. All right. So I see this as a very positive yes to walk forward. But honestly, I don't get wedding. See, that's what I'm saying. And so I'm glad you said that, Hot Sun, that he's bringing up the wedding, because this card is all about you. Because as you come into partnership with someone, there's something very important about what you're supposed to do. All of that power within the core of you has to be supported by a person that you marry. So I'm just seeing this as, don't worry so much about the ceremony or the yes, no of it. I would dig in to your own self concept, looking at how you can create in yourself such a powerful fire that who can resist you? And if he is the right person, it will unfold naturally. If he is not, that will also be clearly shown to you. But I feel like there's a call on your life, whether you're supposed to be doing readings yourself or something in your career, something about you is very important. And so whatever partner you have needs to be able to support that. Okay. And those of you, my contact information is in the discussion box below, and my email address is in there. Please reach out, because with one card, obviously, I can only give you so much. But if you'd like to have me read your cards, I would love to do that. So you can email me. See, there you go, Hudson. And that's what I'm seeing. I mean, there's something very powerful about you. So do email me. It's tarotinfo, please, at gmail.com, because I would love to, I just love to hear from you, hear a little bit about your story. And look at the deck I picked today, too. I mean, it's just showing that whirlwind. That's the same energy as here. Whoopsie. Look at the radiance coming out, and even the same as this deck. So I do think there's something for you here, that even though it seems like the boyfriend energy kind of wanted to be part of this reading, the cards had a different idea. Imagine that. And I know, I love that you're a read, because like, the cards, I always say that cards do all the work. We just tell the stories. And for whatever reason, the stories that I tell when I look at the cards have proven to be helpful to people. And so if that's happening for you too, get out there and do readings, girl. Okay, I assume, girl. I hate to make any assumptions here now, because I don't want to offend anyone, unless you have that one of those senses of humors, right? A little on the snarky side. Okay, Laisa, you're there. Hudson. Okay, you're welcome. Okay, cool. All right, so I have to go back here and see, because I think Leslie might be next. And I'm just going back. Lisa, oh, there you are. Are you on your right path? Okay, I see you. I see Sandra. Okay. Oh, Leslie, yeah, it was Les. Oh, Lisa, on the right path. Okay. Okay, Lisa's next, and then Leslie. Okay, so thank you guys for being patient. And while we're going through there, uh, be sure to hit the thumbs up if you are enjoying the message, because that helps me know that we are connecting, and I love, love, love that. It's like a little hug. So Laisa, on the right path. So let's take that in. That's a very clear yes or no. So I think, like Laisa, what I'm feeling like asking, you're so welcome, Hudson. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm just so glad you were here today. I don't think you were here before on another tarot party, so welcome. Laisa, on the right path. So what I would say is, I would change that up just a little bit, and I would say, is there anything Laisa needs to know about her path right now? And kind of all of these are having a theme. Is there something to do, or let it go? And so that's what I'm feeling for you also, Laisa. You know the path that you're on, and I love the tarot parties, because you don't have to put anything about your personal life out there. The cards know enough, and the spirit knows enough to give you that guidance. So Laisa, is there something that you can do? Is there an action step right now? Or is it letting it go? So hang on for a second. Is there an action step Laisa needs to take to keep her path uncluttered? This card is calling. Ah, yes, the answer is yes, there is something for you to do. Okay, so let's take a look here. This is our Hermit card. I always look at the Hermit card like an invitation. See how the arms are open wide? it's like it's an invitation. There's that one song, Arms Wide Open by Creed. For some reason, that's coming into my mind. So I don't know if that song has significance for you, Lisa, but you might want to go listen to it. But here, the universe is clearly saying that if you want to make sure that your path stays clear in front of you, imagine that your path, it's nighttime and there's no moon and it's pitch dark. You can't see the path, right? So look at how this hermit, he's got his arms open for an invitation, and the invitation is for meditation. It's for meditation. And what he promises, the promise of the hermit, is healing. Okay, so if you look at the lantern actually represents the star card here in the tarot, and that's the card of healing. So now, what you need to know about meditation that's strange and wonderful is that you don't have to quiet your mind. Okay, Lisa? You don't need to meditate and think about a certain thing. When you sit up straight with your back straight and close your eyes and do not go to sleep, your brain downshifts. Your brain goes to a different state of being. No kidding. And so when you do that, eyes closed, sitting up straight for even 5 minutes every day, it gives you a chance to recharge your manifesting abilities. I'm not even kidding. And people tell me I cannot do that. My mind never shuts up, neither does mine. But it's true that when you close your eyes, the part of your brain that uses, that sees, the part of your brain that figures out how the eyes work, that turns off. So suddenly your brain has a lot of resting power. So Raisa, this is really important. So on YouTube, there are so many wonderful, wonderful meditations to listen to. If you go to the community tab on this website, I list all of the resources that I love. And in the manifesting game on Facebook, I continually post resources. I listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza a lot right now, and he has meditations that are between 15 minutes all the way up to probably 2 hours. So you can pick and choose. But if you want to increase the chance that your manifestation will happen more quickly, the answer is to explore meditation. Okay, so the answer is yes, I can do something to help create my manifestation, how I can attract it into today, and it is to meditate. Okay, and I would say that's true of every single person that listens to this call, because we are all distractible and we want to run out and make our own. It's easier in a way to make a vision board or to read a book. It's certainly easier to jump on YouTube and grab a reading. It's much easier to grab a reading than to take time, close your eyes, and just sit there for a minute. And with your thoughts, you just let them think. You just don't care. That's what's really helpful for me, because as long as my eyes are closed and as long as I'm sitting up and as long as I'm not asleep, my mind can go anywhere at once. And if you guys, it's so freeing. It really is. So please do try that, Lisa, and come back next week and let us know. And anybody else that wants to take that on and to be to do an experiment with that kind of meditation where it's more of your body is meditating, meanwhile your mind can do whatever it wants to. Okay, all right, so let me go back here and see, Laisa. So yes, you, and the answer is you're on the right path, and that meditation will help you make sure you stay on the right path, okay? Because it will definitely help you get rid of the fears and the doubts. Okay, I think it's Leslie next, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Leslie asked, okay, sorry, Leslie. I definitely saw your name, and now I'm just going back here so that I can find it. Oh, and then I have Sandra. I see you, Sandra. Don't be surprised if these resonate with you. It's not even your question, but somehow you got goosebumps or you just felt a little emotion as I'm doing these readings, because we are all connected. We really are. Okay, so Leslie, a recent breakup that wasn't really a breakup. Will I see him again? Ooh, that sounds complicated. Now, I will tell you, Leslie, that I have a blog about breakups. It's called Breakup Candy. Okay, breakupcandy.com, and you can go over there. I had that blog over there before I got mentioned in Pam Grout's book. I didn't plan on that. She wrote a book on manifesting called Thank and Grow Rich, and she put my name and my website in that book. And so I started teaching manifesting in 2016, and that took me away from the breakup department a little bit, but I've been writing in the heartbreak department for almost, I think, 15 years at this point. So that's where my heart is. So when you have a breakup story that is complicated, I'm so used to hearing that. So be sure to check out breakupcandy.com. There's a quiz over there you can take, and there's lots of information, and it helps you to understand why the breakup happened. Okay. So because of the complication of it, what we're wanting to know is to what to do here with that. Hold on. Okay. Um, So I feel already, Leslie, I definitely sense that this is not completely done. So I really feel like an open energy in it. So let me ask the question this way. Is there anything that Leslie needs to do right now to, yeah, I think that's good. Is there anything you need to do right now? Because it might be just this resting period where there's no action step required. So I'm going to ask, is there anything that action step that Leslie needs to take in this next week? And then that gives you a time frame, and you can come back next week and leave and let me know, or let all of us know. Because sometimes when things have abrupt changes like this, there's definitely a message. So let's see. Is there anything Leslie needs to do with this strange breakup situation right now? Oh, so this is a clear no, there's nothing for you to do right now, okay? The high priestess is known for being a silent card. The high priestess is an observer. The empress is the actor, as far as getting manifestations done. The high priestess is definitely on the internal intuition. So I would say that for the next week, if you have the strength to do it, but to trust the guidance that you get from inside. If you get a hell yes, I am absolutely sure that this action step I'm wanting to take is good, then do it. If you feel a hell no, you have a cringe in your being when you think about taking this action step, then obviously don't. But here's the kicker. If you are unsure if it's a hell yes or a hell no, then don't. Okay? When in doubt, don't. Use this time to go inside and see what it is you really want. Abraham Hicks talks about contrast, and they're so smart. So, another thing you can do, Leslie, or anyone else that's struggling in a breakup situation, go to YouTube search and look for Abraham Hicks soulmate, or Abraham Hicks breakup, or Abraham Hicks happily ever after, and let that wonderful teaching soak through your being, because nobody wants to be somebody's everything. It strangles people, right? So this shows a time of profit for you when you go inside and really see what it is you're wanting, and let this energy settle before you take an action step. Okay, this is real much like the hermit energy. In fact, these two are a nice match, because they both are inspiring and encouraging us to go inside first and to really get a picture, get a handle on what it is we're wanting. Because if the energy's interrupted between you and someone, it could be absolutely in the highest good of both of you to just take it easy for a minute and make sure that you're both in a place where you will be at your best with each other. Have you ever noticed that after you've been with someone for a while, that you bring out the worst in each other? That is a nightmare. There's no lonelier place than being in a couple where you bring the worst out in each other. So when relationships break up, there's often a really good reason for that, because it's a chance for you to go back to the drawing board and make sure that what it is you're manifesting is what you're wanting. Okay? Excellent reading. Thank you for asking that question. I have a feeling that you are not the only one, Leslie, who's trying to decide if they want to reconnect with someone or allow a breakup drama to stay active, like the electricity is still on in the relationship. Okay, let's see here. I think Sandra, you are next. Thank you so much, you guys. Sandra, did I make the right decision with a friend? Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Because Sandra also has been coming to these tarot parties every week. She's a faithful friend. Thank you, Sandra. And that is a good yes no question, because when this card comes up, like with the High Priestess, all of us can grow our intuitive skills better. All of us can be better at taking care of ourselves. And even if we have a friend, if it starts to get out of balance, where it's sometimes people take advantage of your kindness, sometimes people are just not the right person at the right time. So if your intuition tells you a decision to make about a friend, you trust it and you walk forward and you deal with the consequences. So Sandra, I love that question for you. Let's just pull a card and see that feeling from the cards. Yes, 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 that's good too. And also, don't be so. Hey, Pearls, welcome. Don't be surprised. Like I said earlier, that part of this reading is resonant for you, even though I pulled a card for someone else. Okay, that way, when you hit that thumbs up, you're joining into this communal energy. We're all focused on connection here, one way or the other. Different types of relationships, but don't we all want to be with people who get us? It's easy. You're just relaxed and yourself. I don't know about you, but that's what I want to manifest. Sandra, did you make the right decision for your person? Hell to the yes. Hell to the yes. This is a for sure yes sign. Okay. So relax, allow yourself. Now, what happened for you here, Sandra, when you made this decision about this person? It might be just for now. It might be a cooling down period where you just push the person's energy aside because it seems overwhelming. And right now, I have a lot of energy in the top of my chest, right where my chest meets my neck, and it's sticking in my throat. So, if everybody that's listening, go ahead and put your hand up at the top of your chest, right where it meets your neck, and just join me there, because there is stuck energy around here. I can feel it, and I don't think it's just yours, Sandra. So everybody, take a breath. Don't be surprised if or creeped out, if you feel something in your chest and you're like, well, how'd she know that? I can't explain how I know that, but it helps me to help you to release these things, because blocks are real. You feel them in your body like a cringe. So it's hard to separate from a friend. It's hard to allow yourself the thought, this isn't fun to hang out with this friend. They make, I feel small. I feel unliked. I feel like I have to try so hard with this person and I want to let them go. That can be hard. So I feel like, Sandra, you did the right thing. You created a space for what it is you're wanting to manifest. Now, let me tell you, if you guys have a friend that you want to just call it a day, or you want to be able to have a pause, I like to say something like, I'm so busy right now. I've got a lot of things going on, and I just am cutting back on my social time. So let me give you a call next month. We can have coffee. It may feel like hard hearted a little bit, sort of, because you're saying no to someone, but you're just saying not now. I'm busy, and busy always is a good excuse, even if you're busy just in your own mind. But just being able to lovingly say, you know what, I'm just cutting back on my social contacts right now. I need some time to myself. Let me give you a call next month and we'll have coffee. But this is a hell yes. Okay. I love that for you, Sandra, because it's showing that your intuition is growing and you're able to see better that right now, if someone takes your focus away from what it is that you're wanting to manifest, you need to make that move. Now, I will say, if you're working at keeping a positive mindset and you know that that keeps you feeling more cheerful, if you have a friend that complains all the time, or if you have a friend that talks about their medical problems and all of their physical surgeries, and I mean, they just complain about the landlord, they complain about their boss and all of that. That just drains you, right? So sometimes we need to separate from people because they just complain too much. Don't feel bad about that. Okay, so thank you. And Sandra, remember, we do have that appointment coming, so be sure to set that up on my calendar, all right? Okay, so we're at Dana Butterfly Raven. Oh, Butterfly Raven, I love that. What a beautiful, whoopsie, come back. I was just geeking out on your name and I wasn't paying attention to your question. Oh, I just need to know please and thank you if Michael's coming back to you. Okay, hold on. Let me take that in. Okay. So I feel, I really sense the Three of Swords energy, that brokenheartedness around this issue. And I feel like there's the sadness around this issue. So that's what I'm saying, first of all. So as I look at this, and I'm feeling the depth of your question, and I feel it's complicated, okay? So let me just take that in. Butterfly Raven. Okay, Butterfly Raven. Okay. Okay. Thank you for just letting me kind of get into that energy. All right. Well, I'm glad to see this energy because the card, rather, because this is what I was sensing. And you all saw me pick the card randomly here. 78 cards. Yeah, I've pulled a few out of the deck for our previous readings, but part of what's going on, Butterfly Raven, is this. Some people are not aware of how people feel their energy when they're not speaking. Okay. So I have a sense, Butterfly Raven, that in between you and your person, there's a mismatch of understanding. There's a mismatch of getting each other. And it's been really frustrating because at one level, I feel like you and the person get each other. It's easy. But there's a level that you, no matter what you do, you you walk away feeling frustrated. It's like you try so hard to make this work and to get the person to understand you, but nothing you do works. Okay, so when I look at the table here, see that at the table? Let's go close. What is that? Isn't that interesting? Okay, so let's take it back again and look at how tiny that little spiritual key is. See that? And what we really see on the card is her, the figure head down. And so when her head's down like that, guess what? She can't see that. I'm going to just say that it's a crystal. There's a crystal on her table. There's an answer right there. But there's so much burden. So I would say that in these readings, please don't be frustrated with me, my darling Butterfly Raven. But there's this conflict inside of you that's causing a behavior in him. Your conflict around whatever it is, chances are there's a past relationship. Could be that your family of origin had some issues, but at this stage of your relationship, you're just feeling out of sorts. And so I feel like this is a maybe. This is a maybe because in the current situation, it's too hard for both of you. But the good news is that this is a sign of an end of a cycle. Okay? So I feel like you are ready for a change because it's exhausting. And the separation that you're having right now, whatever it's about, where there's distance that you're feeling, is an opportunity. Okay? It's an opportunity for you to look carefully at what you're wanting and make sure that this current person has all of what you're wanting. If there's any compromise, your inner being is part of what's causing this issue so that you can be more careful, more clear. When it comes to creating a relationship that lasts, you need to find this little gem, this little place in yourself that has all your answers, okay? So I would say that letting go message is what you're needing. No, it's completely, when you have a connection, that's a wonderful question. Yes, you are feeling that energy. And thank you for saying that. But he can feel yours. That's what's more important because you are radiating this energy, fatigue, helplessness. What can I do next? So, in order to create something lasting, your need is to go to your own inner being. Abraham talks about the inner being. And you heard me before give advice. There's on my website, which is manifestfaster.com, I have something called the Soulmate Generator. The Soulmate Generator is a tool for erasing heartbreak. It's a tool for you to go with your old exes and take care of that energy so you can get rid of this. So, manifestfaster.com, free manifesting tools. There's a website that is called the Soulmate Generator, and it will really help you, I promise. Because, yes, he feels your energy and you feel his. But right now, in order to attract his best side, his highest, most joyous part of his personality, you have to radiate that first. Okay, makes sense? Oh gosh, Dana, Butterfly Raven, do write to me. Keep me posted. Let me know what's going on. It's tarotinfoplease.com. Although if you go to my website, you'll be connected. But I am all about breakups. I call my website Breakup Candy because breakups always have an opportunity. And if you do reconnect, there you need to radiate a different type of energy to reconnect to an ex, because if the ex didn't work out in the first place, then what makes you think it's going to work out the second time? And the only way to protect yourself is to look at your own self. And this is, I mean, look at this kitchen, it's a mess. I mean, she's used up so much of her energy, her whole life is on pause, and we don't want that. Okay, so anyway, okay, let me go on here. Let's see, where are we? Thank you so much for being here. I'm Catherine. You are at Fish Out of Water Tarot, where I love to read cards for the shy and the introverted, because we are valuable people, we shy, introverted ones. And it can be really hard for us to reach out and be our true self in a relationship because we're afraid of being hurt. And the stronger personalities can run over us. But we are united and we are learning to stand up for ourselves. Okay, pearls. Will my Leo call me soon? Okay, that's a good one. Easy, easy. Will my Leo call me soon? So we want a yes or a no, a solid answer for Pearls. And Pearls has been here before. Thank you, Pearls. I'm glad to see you again. And I have room for maybe one or two readings. I have a hard finish at 11 this morning because I have things to do. But I might have room for one more reading. So quick, put your comment, add a comment. I'll pull a card for you. Pearls, is she going to hear from that Leo? I would say that right now this is a no card. So again, notice how the angel at the door is kind of peeking out, but there is, again, the energy that you are experiencing, pearls, one or the other of you is feeling needy, okay? So there's this needy kind of poor me energy. I hate to say it that way because it's a poor me energy. It could be you, it could be the other person. But honestly, you don't want to talk to the person if they're in this energy. All right. So, what I would do is I would, hang on a second, let me think. There's a man on the internet. His name is Michael Singer. He's very good. He's got videos that are between 10 minutes to an hour, and he teaches about letting go. And honestly, I really feel that you will have your best result letting go of this, of Michael, that every time you think of him, for the next week, that you just say inner being, because that's what I believe with Abraham Hicks. My inner being is my best side. And every time you think of him, say to yourself, inner being, please take Michael and take care of all of this for me right now. And you, your personality, let it go. I would use a stretchy bracelet, if you have one with crystals, or a rubber band. And every time you think of your person, switch wrists and say out loud, I've already given Michael to my inner being and I'm not going to think about it this week. I think that you'll be absolutely delighted with the results. No lie. Okay? Excellent, Pearls. Excellent. And that's true of, like, if you're trying to hear from somebody, you feel like you are waiting to hear from someone. The best thing you can do is stop obsessing about it. Use that technique. I pretend that my inner being has a list, and that when I hand something to my inner being, I do it like in my imagination. I don't know what is going to happen next in the particular area of my life. So worry might come in, or like, well, how will that happen? And then my discipline is to hear myself say, if I can say it out loud, thank you, inner being, for taking this, and then just purposing in my mind to let go. I love Michael Singer. I think you guys will too. So anyway, thank you so much. But gosh, I love you all so much. As you know, these Sunday mornings are so inspiring to me. I do have a whole group of brand new readings that I'm so excited to be offering. I will place them, pictures of them, into the community here so you can see them. But if you want to get to me right away, you want to go to my Facebook group. It's called The Manifesting Game. And that's where I share all of my ideas that I've been using for a long time right now to keep myself in a good mood and to keep myself into the path of being at the right place at the right time. And so I wish that for you. My heart is filled with love for you. Reach out, email me, tarotinfo, please, at gmail.com. I would love to hear your story. Go forth and prosper. Have an absolutely beautiful Sunday. I love ya. Hugs.